Hello, welcome to Find You Fridays. Yes, we have made it through yet another week. Oh my goodness, how did we do that? I don't know. I was saying the other day, to my accounts lady, I was like, how on earth is it that we have gotten all the way to yet another week? It's just gone so fast. I don't understand how this happens. And she's just like, oh, I don't know either. So, I've got a hair sitting in a funny spot. Move. All right. Hopefully that's gone. Oh dear. Welcome, where we just do whatever. Now Find You Fridays community. Oh my goodness. Hello, my sweet Melinda. It has been, as predicted, quite the week. Not a bad week necessarily, but challenging, very physically challenging, and I am thrilled with it, but at the same time kind of going, really glad that week is done, you know. Oh dear. So yeah, I ended up working how long was it? Nearly a 13-hour day physically at work on Wednesday. So plus the hour or so travel there and the hour and a bit travel home. So that becomes quite easily a 15-hour day. It was quite full on. And Thursday I was so exhausted, but I had this absolutely beautiful client, and she was so kind and just really beautiful. Hi, Edwina. And just looked after me wonderfully. And it was a really beautiful end. And also my co-worker, he was only there to do the gutters, but he hung around for a couple of hours because he wasn't due out to his next job until 1 o'clock. And he helped me out, and I was just like so grateful, you know. And I think it was just a really beautiful example of when we exude the energy of openness, of kindness, of caring, of vulnerability. What that does is it allows people to contribute to you and to do it in the ways that they are the most comfortable with. And it was just so lovely. I mean, this guy that I was working with, not everybody gets along with him, but I'm just like going, you know what? If he's willing to help me, and he's very kind. And when he knows he's not being judged, and I think that's the biggest thing for all of us, is that if we're not judged by those around us, we tend to wish to do more. We tend to wish to contribute more. We tend to be a little bit more relaxed and happy. And it was just a really lovely example of that this week, of how, even though, hi Lisa, you adventurer, you, of how when we are in our beautiful, balanced, feminine, masculine energies, and when we're just flowing nicely between them, and even if the energies around us, the astrological, etc., energies are all up the and really putting the screws on, if we remain, I guess, in that integrity and the magic of us, those around us are more willing to come forward to assist and help. And I guess that's where people go, oh, it's always the lucky ones. It's like, well, you can create your own luck. It's just, it depends on the point of view, that the energy, the how are you verbalizing yourself to them? Because, you know, it's amazing. The words we use and how we use them can either invite that contribution, or it can very much push it away. So something to think about for this week coming, I think. All right, so we've already got one beautiful donation has come in, so let's get to it. For our weekly reading for today, just having a look, see which cards would not come play. Dun, 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 dun. And so while I'm doing that, let me know, how was your week? Did you have any of those big crunchy moments that was sort of predicted? Maybe some family moments, some stuff to do with letting go of those old family ties. I did actually manage to remember some of what we spoke about in our last reading. Okay, apparently we're doing the angel therapy cards today. Just really cool. So yeah, let me know, how was your week? Melinda said, oh, heck yeah, very challenging energy-wise as well. Yes, very much. Very, very much. And yes, I agree with all of the emojis, the crying ones, the happy ones, the laughing ones, the cheeky ones, the ones that are like, the yawns, and then, oh. Yeah, I agree with all of those. All right, so we are at the 20th today. We've got the 21st to the 27th of October. There is so much going on in Adelaide this weekend. It is absolutely bonkers. So let's have a look at the readings and see how we're going to go for this week to come for the collective. Just remembering, you know, this is a reading for the collective. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything in here will be relevant to you. It might only be some of the parts. It might be none of the parts. It might be all of the parts. So it's just as a little general guide and sometimes a bit of a heads up as to how we are going to be able to work with the energies moving forward this month. For this week, sorry, not the month, but the week. Oh, we're doing things a bit different. Doing it more like tarot today, which is interesting. All right, so for the week coming from the 21st to the 27th, we don't have any full moons or new moons or anything like that coming up. So this is very much in your waxing moon moment, because we're moving towards that lovely full moon next weekend. Yes, gotta love the family crunchy things. Yep. So the first card that we've got is a beautiful reminder that you are a powerful light worker. And this is a really interesting card to come out this week, because there was a post that I shared, a video that I shared to a few very dear friends about the 9 signs that you are a chosen one. And I had to go back to find the original posting. And because the one that I found it on through was a random one where they'd sort of slanted it off to be like a religious leaning. And I was like, no, that's not the intention here. So I went back, found the original creator and shared it from there. And in this particular video, I found it really interesting, some of the responses I got, because one of the responses was, I can see that really easily in other people. I find it very difficult to accept that for myself. And thanks to the conversations that we have had in this beautiful community here, I was able to say, what if you don't accept it? What if you actually allow it into your heart and receive it there, rather than having it, holding it at arm's length and analyzing it with your brain? Because that's accepting it. Acceptance is where you can hold it at arm's length and just analyze it and look at it and think, oh yeah, oh yeah, I suppose it can sit out here. But when you really truly allow it into your heart space, that's where the magic happens. That's where you can really see and perceive that magic from within. And so when this card comes out of you are a powerful light worker, your light working skills are going to be completely different. Every single person that's on here right now is going to have, including me, we have all got different skills and talents and abilities. And this card is coming out to remind you that you are very talented at what you do, and not doubt that. You are incredible, and please keep your focus on that, because that is the greater contribution to the collective. The next card that we've got is, it's going to be another interesting week, I think, because we've got Shield Yourself. And for me, when I see this card come up, it's not necessarily about putting up barriers, but it is about creating boundaries. And I think this also ties into a little bit of what was going on with the last week of making sure that your personal boundaries are strong. Still expand out. Do our beautiful expanding out exercise. I've got a story to tell you about that one in a little moment, but keep your personal boundaries in focus this week. Don't let yourself bend and twist to suit other people, because your magic is way more required than people pleasing. Okay. The next card that's popped out is really interesting. We've got a bit of a mixed bag this week. We've got Power Animal. So your animal spirit guide is the guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. So how many of you actually know your power animal? How many of you have connected to your animal guides or your animal teammates? Because quite clearly, some of you out there have got them or are being asked to connect to them. And the last time this card came up was when I was at the old house, and I actually hunted up how to find out your power animal or your animal guide and stuff like that. So what I might do, maybe tonight or tomorrow, I'll pop up in the community, the Find You Fridays community, how to do that. From that beautiful information I found from many, many, many years ago. So basically, this is an invitation to you to connect in with nature, connect in with the spirit realm as far as animals go. And, oh goodness, that's bringing up some energy. And allow yourself to receive from the animal kingdom too. All right. The next card that we've got is Indigo, which is the person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. Now, of our beautiful community that I can see that are watching right now, yes, you are. You are all beautiful, amazing leaders. And for all the times that you have been judged or made wrong for that, being told that you're bossy or too full on or trying to take over, or all the things that you have ever been told, I would like to say to you right now, how often were you in your masculine energy when those comments were said? What would it take for you to balance that out with some feminine, divine feminine flows and energies, and see how that leadership skills shifts and changes? I know that for me, my leadership skills are my leadership style rather, has changed a lot since becoming more in balance with my feminine side and bringing my divine feminine up so that we're actually equal-ish and sometimes a little bit more on the feminine. It has made a massive difference to me being able to work in teams with ease. And it's been so much more fun. So much more fun. And goes back to what I was saying earlier about being open to receiving the contribution of others. So given that you are all very highly sensitive and natural born leaders, there's a really critical piece in there of highly sensitive, which means you're really finely attuned to the energies of your team. And that is both the energies of your spirit team as well as your physical teams, whether it be your friend team, whether it be your family team, whether it be your work team. It doesn't really matter which team, you're highly attuned to all this little energy changes. Be aware of it. Use it to your best advantage. Use it to the best advantage for the collective. And the collective in that moment could be the team. It could be your clients. It could be whatever it is. Okay? Don't be afraid to shift and change and use your skills to really bring everything forward with so much more ease, joy, happiness, and love. Okay. Thank goodness we're not all a heavy week next week, because throughout all of this, the collective is going to be asked to do more singing and dancing. So just weave that singing and dancing through the week. Allow yourself those moments of lightness and fun, joyfulness, and hi, Karen, and just be you. Be that bright, bubbly, gorgeous, delicious, fun aspect of you. If you're feeling really down, if you're feeling really heavy when you get home after work and you're feeling like, oh my God, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get out of the car, or, you know, what the heck I'm going to cook for dinner, or whatever it might be, however you have arrived home this week, because I'm getting that there's still going to be quite some energies coming up. Put some music on, chuck on some dance tunes, and go for it. Like that day where I ended up doing basically 15 hours of that day, once we add in the travel time, I listened to an 80s road tripping soundtrack, and it was the best one because it allowed me that space to just move my body and sing, and it really helped me get through the rest of that day and the long drive home. And you know, it was just brilliant. So being a kid that was born in the 70s, I was basically living through the 80s and 90s as my informative years. So yep, that 80s music, 80s, 90s music is always stuff that I go back to when I'm really needing a bit of a pep up and a boost. So let's have a look at our yummy card for this week to come. No, not that card. So, okay, cool. We got acknowledge. So acknowledge your greatness is what I'm hearing. And acknowledge the magic that you be. The more that you allow yourself to acknowledge, even if it's just to yourself in your diary, and you just like it, or in a journal or something, of going, you know what, today I fucking rocked it. I did this today and I felt fucking amazing. I rocked that 15-hour day. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else says. I know I've done an amazing job today and I've contributed to somebody else or whatever it is. Really take that time to be your own cheer team. Along with that, I'm also hearing, please acknowledge the ones that you love. Take some time to send a message. If somebody pops into your head this week coming, please send them a message to let them know that you care about them and that you acknowledge them and you see them. One of the things that we do so often is we go, when somebody dies, and there's a lot of people dying right now, just very suddenly, as we go, oh, I wish I had said I wish I had just sent that message when I was thinking of them. Oh my goodness, I was thinking of them just yesterday, and I can't believe I did today. So if you are hearing in your mind anybody's voice or name or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'll get back to that later, please pause, send them a message, because you just never know when your time's going to be up or their time's going to be up. And as they say, people won't remember the things that you do, but they will remember the way that you made them feel. It's one of our unique experiences or unique aspects of being a human, is that we have emotions. We feel in our bodies these emotions. And it is a unique human thing. Obviously, our animals sometimes feel that stuff too. But how we express ourselves is very uniquely human. So, hi, Amanda. Hello, lovely. So, yes, please acknowledge yourself. Be your own personal cheer team. If you want to do some bragging on the Facebook or whatever, please do that too. Enjoy being proud of yourself. And because the more often that we can be openly proud of ourselves, the more often we allow other people to express that to us about ourselves and them too. And then we all just sort of build each other up. It makes you feel much better, and you can be kind. See, my shirt says be kind. We can be kind to each other by acknowledging each other, making each other feel good. Because when shit gets crunchy, being kind makes a massive difference. So acknowledge that you are a powerful light worker this week. Make sure you've got your boundaries up, but not barriers. Do that expanding out technique. This is an invitation there to connect in with your power animal or spirit animal. Yes, you are a natural born leader, and it's okay to be that. And it's okay to have that as your unique style too. And have some fun. Have some fun this week, please. All right, Melinda, my sweet, you asked for a reading, please. So if you would like to pop your question in the chat there, that would be amazing. Now, what was I going to tell you about? I was going to tell you something. It was to do with one of the cards in there. Oh. Okay, Amanda. So you said, I feel like I have this awesome power to help people understand and feel awesomeness. Yeah, that's true. Then I feel like they leave. Now, the interesting thing about that one is there's some questions and some reframing that might be required in there, because I know that feeling very well. And we can go, oh, well, past proves it, past actions. How about this? You made them feel so awesome that you empowered them to be able to move forward by themselves, that they didn't have to rely on you anymore to give them that boost. How awesome and potent and powerful is that? And in doing so, they've given you the space and the time and the energy to be able to then contribute to someone else. So if you think about every single person in your life who you have made them feel awesome, and if they were all still there and expecting you to be their cheer team the entire time, how exhausted would you be? Right? But no, that's not required. You've just given them enough of a bit of a jump start, and you made them feel like, yeah, I can fucking do this. Yay. And then they go and they do be awesome. So that's a fabulous skill that you've got there, darling. I completely agree, Amanda. So job well done is what I say. Love it. I love it. All right, Melinda. I love the face. Let us have a look, see what your team is wishing to share with you this week. So in cool news, so like I said, there's a lot going on this weekend. There's the drags are on, so the car drags are on tomorrow. There's the the Birdwood to Bay classic car thing on Sunday. We've also got the Crystal Pyramid Fair up at Golden Grove on Sunday, the 22nd. And then we've also got, there's another, I saw briefly as it floated past on Facebook today, there's another psychic fair thingy, I think, happening maybe on Saturday or Sunday. Oh, where was that? Maybe at the showgrounds. Don't quote me on that one, though. So, yeah, the Beta Birdwood. Yeah, that's on this weekend too. So, yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend in Adelaide. A lot. And I was like, wow, how lucky are we to have so much choice. I, on the other hand, will only be at the Crystal Pyramid Fair on the Sunday. I'm actually going to be there as a store holder. So, if you wish to come and see me in person and get a 30-minute reading healing, then you're more than welcome to pop in and say hi. And I'm gonna be tallying up just how many hugs I can get over the day. Because apparently we have to have at least 13 a day, or the body craves 13 a day apparently. So let me see just how many I can snaffle during my day. Oh dear. All right, so Melinda. You're moving lots of energy, my dear. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hi, Tony. Yeah, I'm good. I have I'm on, and I'm sure you beautiful people will just love this. I'm having my moon time, and I was very, very grateful to my incredible body for holding off until I was on my rest day to be able to do its heaviest moments of integrating this latest potency. That's what I was going to tell you all. So I will come back to that, actually. I will focus on Melinda first, and then after Melinda's reading, I'll tell you that little story that happened last night. And so this is linked into the card about protection. That's where that came in. But anywho, I'm doing good. But I won't be looking to have a very long session tonight. Just saying. All right, Miss Melinda, where... let me just double check, see if there's anybody else that will just contribute to you tonight. Yes, there is. Thank you so much. Next time I get to go traveling, I might just have to go around and do the hugging tour. See how many people I can hug in a day. I think that would just be absolutely amazing. Ooh, yes. Right, Melinda. So for this week coming, we have blue, which is activate your healing power. Of course, I always desire hugs. Tony, I absolutely do. I always desire hugs, even when I'm angry. There's very, very few times I actually don't desire a hug. And that's sometimes the only times I don't desire a hug is if I'm really at that point of I'm going to rip someone's head off and I just need a moment to breathe. But after that, it's like it's actually one of the surest, fastest ways to chill me out of that like highly like moments. Or if I'm really, really sad, obviously a hug helps to bring me up. Hugs are just amazing things, aren't they? Absolutely amazing. They can tell you so much. All right, back to Melinda. Melinda, thank you for your donation. And I am going to be working with a very special lady with the donations from this month. So just keep a pin on that one. Anyway, so thank you. Thank you for your donation, Melinda. So we got blue, activate your healing power. So Melinda, just curious, how often are you using your healing skills right now? How often are you consciously using your healing skills and tools? Because I'm getting a sense that they're asking you to do a little bit more, please. Maybe it's time to set up some swaps with people that you know, or something like that. There's something in the skills that you've got that are so valuable to others that it's time for you to really start using them to be the contribution to the collective. That's your purpose. Okay, you've learned these tools or remembered these tools, and now it's time to really start focusing on them and using them. The next card that we've got for you, my dear, is to let love in. We've got this beautiful pink tulips, and it's coming back to your heart space. When we're healing from our head, or even as a counselor or anything like that, if we're only coming from our head space, like our book smarts, it's not going to sit the same way as when we come from our heart. And when it's like what I was saying before about accepting and receiving, like when we really receive something, when we really allow something to come in, a message or a gift or a thought or an energy, when we really allow those beautiful energies that are for our highest and best to come into our heart space, that's when the magic happens. So be aware of where you might have some barriers, not boundaries, but where you've actually got some barriers up to letting unconditional love in, because that's what the team is saying. You've got to soften those barriers a little bit. Along with that, once again, we got lighten up. It's time for that singing and the dancing and the joyfulness that you truly be to shine through your face. Like Roald Dahl says, you know, if you've got those beautiful sparkly thoughts, they shine out your face. And this is what they're sort of saying is like there's a little bit too much seriousness going on with Miss Melinda right now, and they're asking you to lighten up, to be a bit more joyful, and be just be kind. Tony, it's just whatever you can afford, honey. Like it's like I don't put a specific amount. So yeah, they're saying to me that it's really important for you to spend some time along with that. There's the breath coming right down into your base chakra and bringing it right down and allowing your breath to really flow through your body properly, which is going to allow you that space to just chill. Okay, chill and be happy. Sapphire is the next one, which is about regenerating your body. There's a lot of things that we do on the daily to regenerate our body. And for you, as we know, your connection to nature is huge. And even for me, this morning, for example, when I went out the front to contribute to the plants and do a little bit of watering out the front with the plants, as soon as I walked outside, even though I'd had a bit of a rough night and had been cramping terribly, and it was not pleasant, as soon as I went outside, the plants were like, here you go, and they just went and I could feel it all the way around me. I could feel it wrapped around me, and it was just like, thank you so much. And that's the level of sensitivity that we are getting to as a collective now. And that's why sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming when we haven't been around nature, because we're not feeling and receiving that depth of just total unconditional love and healing and contribution from nature. All we're getting exposed to often is just take of out in the normal community, and that can be really draining. So, because as beautiful light workers, this is what we love to do. Oh, hi Tanya, I almost reached out to you to see how you were going, but I decided to hide out at home. Oh dear, but I might see what you're up to tomorrow. Anywho. Melinda, we've also got green for you, which is revitalize your nervous system. So your nervous system, my dear, is a little bit short right now, and it definitely requires some chill time, some relax time, some moments of meditation, and just allowing yourself to be in nature. You see, once again, this whole nature thing is coming up. So your team is telling me that your body is really, really fucking feeling it right now. Also, if you have a chance, have a bath and do a bit of a soak with some lovely Epsom magnesium salts and whatever beautiful essential oils tickle your fancy. And just allow yourself to contribute to your body. Make that a really, really big focus this week, or at least this weekend. The next card that we've got for you, I'm just going to double check what the other parts of the card are about. Yeah. Cool. So this is from the Sacred Cycles deck, and we got a wild one. So she is pretty awesome. I was like, yes, absolutely. So this one is, I claim my full expression. The wild one is uninhibited, unencumbered, and weightless, without the judgments and the expectations of others anchoring her down. The chains that bind fall away, and freedom is fully expressed. Truth is the guiding star here, and it permeates every inch, moment, and action. With its internal compass, forward motion is propelled by a desire for authentically and determination to claim what is most true and real. In a world that encourages sameness for safety at the expense of individuality, this is your sacred call to cast aside that narrative. Do so for the sake of your soul's path. The wild one asks you to choose freedom, a freedom found in being forthright with declaring who you are in the highest expression of yourself. Deep down, you may have this feeling that something has stayed locked inside you out of concern for what others may think or say should they find out about it. You have the key. You have the courage. You have the inner knowing of the ways your life will bloom and expand when this part of you is set free. So unlock the cage, release the chains, and welcome all of yourself to this experience of life. And your journal prompt is, what do I require to release in order to more fully embrace my truest self? Hi, Ange. So certainly activating your healing powers that's actually a really nice roundup of your entire reading there. And let me just do one little yummy card for you. Okay. Oh, okay. You're not going to like this card because it's going to challenge you. But if you can do this, remembering this is not about the other people, this is about you. We've got the forgiveness card. Okay. So there are people in your world and in the past that you require to do the forgiveness process with. And if you allow yourself the space to do that, it's going to help release a lot of that shit that's sitting in your back. Because as soon as I pulled the card, my entire back section, my lower back above my waistband just went and I'm like, oh. So yeah, I would say, honey, you have some really big stuff that is linked up with other people that is sitting in your lower back, which is causing you a hell of a lot of pain. And if you allow yourself the space to get rid of and release those people out of your space, out of your energetic realm, you're going to have a much easier time with it, with your body, with your being, with the magic that you be, with everything. Okay. Melinda, thank you for the reading. Thank you for the donation. I am so grateful for you. I'm looking forward to seeing how you go and progress over this week. And I look forward to checking in with you next time. Makes sense. It's been challenging this week with my dad. Yeah. But I'm also thinking there's something else in there too. There's someone else, maybe some people, not just your dad. Perhaps it's an ancestral thing. Perhaps it's a karmic. Oh, yes, it's a karmic thing. Sorry, just waiting for my body to just tell me. And it was just like, yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah, it's a karmic tie stuff, honey. And it's going to have to be broken and healed and destroyed and da-da-da. All right. Let me just catch up on this chat. So thank you for that, Melinda. I'm so grateful for you. Cool, Tanya, I'll reach out to you tomorrow. I've just got to pack up my car for the Crystal Pyramid Fair and make sure that that's all set and ready and done. And then after that, I'll be good to go. So you might see me maybe around midday-ish. We'll see. Nervous system has had a good workout the last few weeks with that previous job, trying to get back into mere normality again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Tanya says, nature is so good. I'm having a salt bath tonight too. Excellent. And you've got an incredible bath. I'm so super jealous, by the way. Love hearing they should do meditation. I began doing this again this week. Definitely was missing this. Yes, agreed. I saw that you did a meditation this week, and it's becoming part of your daily or your weekly practice again, if not daily. So that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you too. And thank you, Tony. I adore you. And I can see, yes, you have. So thank you. All right, Tony. So what would you... put your question in the chat so then we can pop that up on the screen so people then know that I'm doing a specific reading for you. Yes, have a wonderful weekend, Tanya. Enjoy your bath. Yes, I managed to have a bath with some Epsom salts this last night. Oh, so required. So required. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. Cool. Let me see. Who wishes to come and play with Tony? Okay. Anybody else? Yeah. Going where? I'm not going anywhere just yet. Not just yet. You got me for a little while. I'm just saying to Tanya that I'll catch up with her. Tanya used to live about a 45-minute drive from me, and then I moved, and now she's about a 10-minute drive away. It's so cool. And yet I still don't see her enough because life is busy. I will be going to the Crystal Pyramid Fair on Sunday. I will go and have hopefully a catch up with Tanya tomorrow. So that will be nice. We haven't seen each other. I'll start tacking up to doing my hug tally because I'm always going to get at least a couple of hugs out of Tanya. Yes, I have my I have a really beautiful core group of friends over here because in Adelaide I actually don't have any family here, none at all, and not even second cousins or anything like that. The only cousin that I had here moved away several years ago, and she was like a second cousin once removed or something like that. So yeah, it's really lovely to have these beautiful people in my world who are just so an allowance of who I be. And, you know, we're not in each other's pockets all the time. And it's just so nice to have people in your world where you can just pick up where you left off and just keep plopping in. And, you know, I'm just so grateful for these different people in my world these days. I don't have that pressure of having to check in every day or like anything like that. Like if you do, you do. That's awesome. And there are some people where that kind of naturally happens with, and other people it just doesn't. And it's okay. It's all good. Then even the people that I might check in with more regularly, we might also go for several weeks and not talk to each other too. So it's all good. It's all good. Oh, thank you, Amanda. You have most of your family over here. Ah, so they escaped. Alrighty, Tony. Let me see. Fun. Okay. Right. So at this time, so we're using the Secret Language of Your Soul cards from Ina Segal. We've got the first card that's come up is rest and review your path. Assess what is and isn't working in your life. So this is a card that is inviting you to get really brutally honest with yourself. And this is a point where you might be feeling a little bit like you're at a bit of a fork in the road and kind of like, which way am I meant to be going? I can feel like there's a lot of stuff happening and I feel like I'm being pushed, but I'm not sure which direction. And this card here is really in alignment with what's happening energetically in the planet right now. So if you get to read the card, read the book, Waking in 5D by Maureen St. Germain, that will probably help you a little bit with this. So this card here very much is one where we have to look at everything. It's not just about the stuff in our home. It's the stuff in our head. It's in the stuff in our heart. It's in the stuff that's in our base chakra. It's in the stuff that's, and by the base chakra, I'm talking about previous relationship clag that might be still stuck in your body. It's talking also digitally. It's talking, so like, when was the last time you gave your emails a really good cleanup and a digital clean through that? When was the last time you also did like backing up of all your computer stuff and making sure that's on external hard drives? And it's about being really crystal clear about what is important to keep and what is important to remove from your life. And some things are going to be easy. It's like when we do a big, say, a closet clear out, and there'll be things in there that will just be like, you get the sense that you should probably let them go, but there's this emotional attachment and it's really hard to let them go. And this is where you've got to perhaps employ a couple of different things. And you can use this. One of the tools that I got taught a while ago was something called the Swedish death process. And so what it is you look at something, say this very beautiful cup here, right? And to me, this is one of my most special teacups. It's one of the ones that I go to all the time. It's got roses on it, so it's got that connection for me to Mother Mary, and by default Mary Magdalene, because they've both been really close mentors of mine for the last 3.5 to 4 years. And you know, there's just something really special about this particular cup. And yet, if somebody else was to look at this cup without knowing all of that, would they see it as special as me? Probably not. And, you know, there are certain things that we hang on to for whatever reason. And yet, if we really are honest with ourselves, if somebody else was to come through after us, after we go, and they look at, you know, you've got 15 books on, I don't know, Reiki, they might find one in there that's actually really pertinent, and then the rest will go. So it's about looking at how many candles do you really require? How many black t-shirts do you really require? I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of the air. But it's simplifying. And it's the more that you are able to simplify what you're holding on to, the easier it's going to become for you to be able to welcome in some of this yummy, nice new stuff that's waiting in the sidelines for you, and the wings there for you. The other thing that this is going to do is once you actually figure all that out, and you might find that there's some people that you might require to let go of, just as a side topic, but and that one can come through as like if you've got a lot of people on Facebook that you don't have anything to do with, maybe they're just random people that you've linked up with or somehow or other, maybe do a bit of a Facebook friends detox. That can be a really, really valuable thing to do too. This next card is a funny one too, because it marries in with that first one quite nicely. It says, make your life more interesting, explore the unexpected. So when we don't have so much clutter in our world, from both an emotional, physical, mental, spiritual clutter, then life can be more interesting because you're more open to being able to receive different experiences in your world, because your brain's not having to go through and do the old like, okay, well, I've got to deal with blah, 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 and suddenly it's like and then it's like, hey, did you want to go and do da da da? And it's like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. Hey, you want to go for a random road trip? Yeah, that sounds great. Instead of going, oh, actually, you know what? I've got all this stuff at home that needs to be sorted. And, I know I need to get onto that. And so I don't really have the energy. And if I go away with them, then I'll be constantly thinking about that instead of actually just being really present and enjoying my time. So lighten your load. Lighten your load on across all the board. You don't have to do it all at once. They're not saying to do it all at once. But write a list and start working through it. The next card is also same sort of thing. They're really on a particular theme here. Balance your commitments, promote equilibrium in all things. Okay, so again, this is about the clutter stuff, but it's also about how often do you say yes to stuff without asking if it's actually going to be of like what it's going to create for you. And I'm not saying this from the space of what do I get out of it? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. So when somebody asks me to do something, I will, apart from obviously work, which is in a category of its own, when somebody asks me if I want to go out to lunch, or even today when I was out after having done something at the post office, and then I was like considering whether I contact Tanya or not, I was like, truth, what would it create if I go and contact Tanya today? And it was heavy. So I was like, okay, truth, what will it create if I just grab something and go home and have my lunch at home? It was like, oh, that was so much lighter. So I got to come home and I rested, because that's exactly what I required for today. I actually really just required to rest after my week and to do not a lot. A little bit of washing, cooking some dinner, just chilling out, because rest is really, really important. And there we go. So Tanya, yes, today wasn't a good day. That's another reason why it was heavy. All right. Awareness, it's a beautiful thing. So it's about creating that balance, but you've got to ask, because we are way more aware than what we think we are. When you start asking those questions of what will it create if I choose to do blah? What will it create if I don't choose to do blah? You'll figure out really quickly which one is the lighter choice. And it's not about right or wrong, good or bad. It's just what's going to create more. Okay. The next card that we've got for you, Tony, is accept loving support. Let yourself be held. So, Miss Tony, this to me says you might still be a little bit in your divine masculine energy, and that it is time for you to develop more of your divine feminine and allow that to come in. When we're in our divine masculine, we are absolutely in that space of If you want something done well, you've got to do it yourself. Highly, fiercely independent, and maybe tiny touch control freak in there. And perhaps just a little bit of self-doubt. And what this card is saying to me is that, because initially it actually came in upside down as well. So I was like, that's interesting. And then I asked, do you actually wish to be upside down? It's like, yes and no. It was almost like wanting to go sideways, because it's like, it's saying to me that you require to let this loving support in, but you're really not allowing it. So as you bring your divine feminine up, that's going to require you to be more vulnerable. And it's going to require you to allow others to help you. It's going to allow, it's going to challenge you in a way to take a step back and not do everything yourself, and allow people around you to make mistakes and to do it their way. And you can guide, but it's going to require you to not take over and do it. That's going to be the challenge for you. But in allowing yourself to do that, to go, all right, things will get easier. It just takes a bit of practice. The next card that we've got for you, and this is actually tying into that previous one, is use your anger. Inner fire sparks outer action. Quite often when we're in as women in highly masculine, divine masculine spaces, it's because we are incredibly angry. We are angry at and frustrated and disappointed, and and this might sit as like a little bubbling brook right at the base of your skull, or at the base of your spine, just weaving its way up there. And to everybody else, it's like, oh, but she's so bright and bubbly. And it's like underneath that, there's a seething anger. And when you really start digging down and developing that divine feminine, this anger might come out quite strongly. So I'm going to just sort of give you a little bit of a heads up about that. But if you actually channel that anger and allow it to be an indication of, wow, this is something that's really activating me right now. I wonder what that's all about. So go into that space of wonderment. When was the first time I ever felt like that? That's when you'll start to actually heal. You'll start to dig back and find out more about that. This is stuff that I do within my online sessions and stuff like that, where I do get to do those really deep facilitations on issues that are coming up for people. And we dig back, we find out where that's come from. And because of some of the work that I do, it's actually not necessarily even this lifetime. It might be a lifetime from another time. And it is coming out now to be healed. The beautiful thing about anger is a really wonderful energy to get shit done. And using that anger and using it as the fuel to push you forward rather than holding you back is really an awesome way to use that. It's like, I know for me, when I in previous relationships, when I got really super angry about something, man, my house was spotless because I would use it and I would be moving so fast through all my chores. Thank goodness I don't get like that too much these days, but it is possible to use that anger for really positive purposes rather than destroying your body and destroying your cells and by stuffing that down, The next card that we've got for you, my dear, is open to possibilities. The whole world is before you. So even though you're the age that you are, and it's like, oh goodness, surely there can't be that much left to come or whatever. I'm not saying that you're particularly old, because I don't think you are. But sometimes we get into our heads that there's, so much of life is already past. No. You've got a big, beautiful rest of your life to come. And I look at that, and it doesn't even matter if it's a week, a month, or another 40, 50 years to go. There are so many possibilities that are there for you to have, to hold, to embrace, to have fun with, to explore. And now's the time to get that space of wonderment really back into your life and just go, wow, I wonder what else I can do now. What other possibilities can I have now? Ooh, I wonder what big goals or big, legendary experiences would I like to have over this next 12 months or this next 2 years? Or, these are all just incredible moments that we can aim towards. So rather than just surviving the day-to-day, start writing down some stuff of what you would really love to enjoy and have fun with over this next 12 months, 2 years, next week, the weekend, perhaps. What legendary experience would you like to have this weekend? This beautiful goddess came forward. So, there we go. Mirabai, the saint of true freedom. So she says, love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. So again, she's here to guide and help you. All right. She's here. So you can call on her. She's stepping in as part of your team if you would like. So Mirabai, and she is asking to come from your heart space. You can ask her to assist with your decluttering. With giving you the clarity on what you require to declutter and what will contribute the most for you moving forward. Okay. So if you're struggling with stuff and struggling on how to get started, even you can write at the top of your page, say, Mirabai, please assist me in knowing what it is I require to declutter next. So Mirabai. She's really beautiful. So she's the saint of true freedom. And through all of this, please be joyous. Some of the things that you're going to be tackling are going to be really chunky and really tough. And what I would just do them in smaller chunks, have some fun with it, do dance breaks, have a cup of tea if it's getting a bit much, and then come back to it. Take a break, come back to it. Take a break, come back to it. Set yourself a time limit of, okay, how much can I get done in the next 2 hours? Or in the next 30 minutes, or however it best works for you. But yeah, you've got some deep work to do, Tony. But the payoffs are going to be absolutely amazing, and it's going to open you up to the freedom of having the wonderment and like that childlike wonderment of possibilities and just a bright and joyful life moving forward. Okay, thank you so much. I am happy to contribute, and thank you for contributing to the Find You Fridays Community Fund. I appreciate you very, very much. Edwina, my sweet lady. All right. It is my pleasure. Okay, Edwina, my love, would you like to pop your question into the chat, please? Thank you. Excellent. What does your spirit team require for you this week? Are you ready for that one? So, just before I get on to Edwina's card, there's a little story from last night about expanding out. So, this is for all the ladies out there watching. I, in my teenage years specifically, suffered terribly with period cramps, and they would be so painful and intense that they would mess with my vision, my balance. I wouldn't be able to walk to the toilet very well. I'd get a little bit nauseous, not too much though, but certainly my vision was a really tough one. And so then when I went on the pill, when I was, how old was I? 17 when I went on the pill. By that time, you know, I'd been having my periods from the age of 11. So it was quite a long time to go with all of that. It was a big relief in a lot of ways. And then I didn't jump off the pill until I was about 10 years later, and had a break for a year. And then I went back on to a different one, a different generation. And then stayed on that until I was 34. 33, 34. So about 10 years ago. And I haven't been on it again since. And when I came off the pill again, once every probably quarter, I'd have quite a severe period cramps and things. Now I'm in perimenopause and my cramping goes in different fluctuations. But what I have noticed with doing my tracking is that when my period matches up pretty closely to a new moon or a full moon, that's when the cramping happens pretty severely. And of course, we've just had a lovely new moon, and my period was not, that was holding out till after this week had finished, but it was still, the energy of the new moon was very much being felt. And last night, I tried a technique that I use. So we know how we have the expanding out tool. And there's several tools that I've discovered that work really well for my cramps normally. One of them is a tool from Access Consciousness called Return to Senders with Consciousness Attached. And what happened is, a few years ago, I was in terrible cramps and I was sitting on the toilet, and all of a sudden I went, truth, are these cramps even mine? And it was heavy. And I went, what? These period cramps are not mine? Huh. So I said, well, return it to senders with consciousness attached then. Instantly, the cramping was gone. And then after I embarked on my divine feminine journey, the next thing I realized is that when I was having period time, my energy would contract down. And that was the last thing that my beautiful divine feminine goddess energy from my base area wished to have happen. So my beautiful pussy area was like, and she was angry. And so that was part of her cramping, was her saying, I'm really angry with you because this is one of my most potent times and you're contracting my energy down to do what? Protect yourself from what? There's nothing to protect yourself from anymore. So, because we're so much greater than that. And so then I started using that lovely expanding out tool that we use to go greater and greater and greater. And what happened is that I found out that my periods, my cramping and everything started to just go, and it was like no more cramps. Last night, though, I was trying to expand out and I was struggling hard. And you guys know I do expanding out really easily. I just go boom, 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 and I'm done. I slow it down for you guys for the show, but generally I'm just really quick. And last night I had to take it back to basics. I had to take it back to the room. I had to take it back to the building. I had to take it to the country, and then, you know, the planet, and then beyond the moon, and then beyond the planet, the solar system. I had to do it so slowly, and it was almost painful to do it that way, but it was like I couldn't go any faster. The best part about it was, though, once it actually expanded out my awareness, and then I expanded out my allowance, and then I expanded out my pussy energy beyond that, what happened is I had the best night's sleep. But up until that point, I was cramping hard, and it was painful, and it was horrible, and I was having the sweats, I was having all the things going on. So this is just a little message to say, in the times where we are struggling the most, whether that be with body aches and pains, whether that be with interpersonal relationships, whether that be connecting to our spirit team or the earth or whatever, please use your tools. That's when we require our tools the most. The tools that you have learned over all of your years, those are the moments when they are most useful. If meditation is your tool, please use it. If you're in survival mode, use your tools. If you're in that space of going, I just don't have the energy to do these things, do the most simple ones, like a quiet meditation or an active meditation where you're just staring at the wall or at a lava lamp or something like that, where you can just be. Have a bath and have it be really calm and soothing. These are the tools that are going to help you to rebalance and calm your nervous system and drop back down into your heart space and into your base chakra areas and open up that flow between your first 3 chakra all the way up. Because if you've got blocks happening in those first 3, then that's going to affect the flow of the energy throughout the whole of your body. So yes, even me, who does expanding out tools really easy, struggles sometimes. So it was just a nice little reminder. Will I do still the phase? Awesome. Amanda, the energetic exchanges within your body, I believe, will still happen regardless of whether you're on moon times or not. So yeah, it's about just being really in tune and in touch with your body. It's just that you get the blessing of not having the mess to deal with. I'm looking forward to that day, to be honest. Alrighty, Edwina, thank you for waiting. So what are some of the tools that you beautiful goddesses use or used for dealing with your cramps, if you have them? My lovely mum never really understood what I was going through because she didn't cramp. She didn't get them. She used to blame that on my dad's side. All the bad stuff came from him, you see. And it's funny because in these later years, with the more explorations that I've been doing into different things, it turns out that a lot of really, really awesome stuff has come through from my dad's side, including this spiritual stuff that I do, this healing side of me, that there's a little bit of an influence from my mum's dad's side. So my granddad's side on my mum's, but a lot of it actually came through from my dad's side, which is pretty special, I think. Cool. I wonder who you got. Whew. You see. Funny. All right, Edwina. This week just gone has been a bit crunchy, huh? And what the cards are showing me, the very, very first card that has come out is the All Is Well card. And that's there as a bit of reassurance that even though this week that's just been, and maybe the past few weeks that have been very crunchy and made you kind of go, that it is okay. And I'm hearing, yes, these are very trying times, but all is well. And the resilience that you are showing by showing up every single day for you, for your family, is exactly the tools that are required right now for the collective to be moving forward. Like the contribution that you are being by being the most amazing mom and, being that contribution that you be to your children, the flow-on effect of that moving forward is huge. The impact that we are having on the generations now is going to send our society sort of one way or another. And where you are, what you are doing, the energy that you're being is creating a really beautiful pathway forward. And even though it is challenging. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Thank you. And she was super lucky. Never had cramps until perimenopause. Just had extremely heavy, long periods. Yeah, love you. Time for sleepies. Have a fab night. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for your vulnerability and letting us know how your most precious moon times were. I'm so grateful. Grateful for your contribution to that conversation. Something we don't talk about nearly enough, I don't think, as women. The next card, funnily enough, is moon cycles. This is why I laughed. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize on these cycles. So as you guys know, and maybe Edwina, I'm sure you probably do know, like for me, when it's coming up to a new moon, what happens around that time is I get a big boost of energy. And even now my energy levels are actually reasonably high, even though we're in the week after the new moon, but the closer it gets to a full moon, my energy levels go. And so in the day or two before the full moon, I'm just like I'm on the go slow. Like, don't ask me to do anything extra. I'll be able to do what's required, but don't ask more than that, because I'll only have just enough time unless I work late. This is an invitation for you to have a look at how your energy levels are. How are they based on the different cycles of the moon? You can look at the waxing moon and the waning moon. Obviously, at the moment, we're in a waxing moon. So, because we're coming up to the full moon. And I look at that as being a really interesting cycle, because this is traditionally, it's actually the time when energy is ramping up towards the full moon. It's a really big growth cycle for a lot of people. It is. So it'll be interesting for you to track what it is for you and to see how you can best work with those energies moving forward. Because if you can even start planning your days and your weeks and your months around the moon cycle, if it does have an effect on you, which I'm guessing it probably does because it's come up in the cards here, then you can actually have more ease with it. And you'll find that if you have say for me, if I have my heavier, higher workloads coming into, or more complicated stuff, if I can plan it coming into a new moon time, I'll be able to smash it through really quickly. But if I'm trying to do it coming into a full moon time, I'm going to struggle hard. So if I can have my lighter stuff around the full moon, it's going to be a lot easier task for me. So just some handy things for you to have a look at there. Your next card that we've got here is Clairsentience. So notice the reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So physical and emotional stuff. So becoming aware intensely of the signals and signs your body is giving you every day. And our bodies are just big, huge receivers out of information. And there is 2 authors. If you don't know them already, you soon will. One of them, which is my go-to, is Ina Segal. She does The Secret Language of Your Body. And then the other one is Louise Hay, who does the You Can Heal Your Life. You get the Louise Hay camp, you get the Ina Segal camp, but then there are people that use both. I personally find, for me, Ina Segal works better for me. I like the depth of the information that she gives in her book. And whereas others absolutely adore Louise Hay, and I'm not judging them or saying it's wrong or it's not as effective. I just prefer Ina Segal. I have more of an emotional tie to that. But either one, whichever one helps you to give you more guidance and awareness of what's going on with your body and what it can mean, is absolutely beautiful and wonderful. Okay, beautiful. Because I used the Ina Segal book many years ago before I even really got into anything spiritual. And it was sort of maybe around the first time, and I got actually this card deck that I'm working with you for this card, for this reading. And I healed precancerous cells in my cervix using her work. So that's why it's a little bit special for me. So yeah, use that book, have it close at hand, and start taking notice. Maybe jot some stuff down, start journaling some things, going and do like a body scan at the end of the night, kind of going, okay, so where are we at today, body? You know. The next one is you are safe. So we've got all is well and you are safe. So maybe you've had some stuff popping up into your world where you're not feeling quite so safe, and feeling a little bit uneasy. maybe around, I'm getting a sense, maybe around finances, perhaps. But we're saying everything is okay. Well, they're saying everything's okay. So whatever it is that's upsetting you in your world, like I said, I'm getting a sense that maybe there's something in the financial side for you at the moment. Trust your intuition and allow yourself to know what is true for you, and everything is going to be okay. You know, you're all good. So Archangel Michael says that he's protecting you against lower energies and guarding you and your loved ones and home. So you can even actively, call on Archangel Michael if you are feeling like you're a little bit attacked, or maybe not even attacked, just feeling like you're being a little bit threatened or something like that. And you can ask Archangel Michael to help protect you and your home and your loved ones. Whew. Second to last card, you've got compassion. And so we've got soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So wherever that space of hard-headedness is coming in, it's time to soften just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit, and allow yourself to receive compassion, have compassion, and give the compassion towards others. One of the ways that I do this, and this is one of the tools that I used really consistently when I was first learning how to bring my divine feminine aspects up, was if I was truly working from the space of unconditional love, what would I do or say right now? And that then takes you out of up here. It takes you out of ego. It takes you out of that thinky, stinky mind stuff and all of the trauma drama that we love to get wound up in. And it allows you the space to just come into your heart space. It allows you to be expansive. It allows you to have the compassion and to see the possibilities beyond what is sitting right in front of you. The next card that we've got, so we've pulled from the Goddess, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck, and you've got a pretty special one. You've got Hod. And Hod says to tell the truth. Hood Hod. Now, let me just open up his so his little card here is about bring it out into the open, be true to your feelings. Hod is the blind god of winter in Norse mythology. He held a quiet inner strength and was always ready to help others. Hod was tricked by the god Loki into firing an arrow made of mistletoe, which killed his twin brother Balder. Despite his tragic mistake, Hod becomes his twin's companion in the underworld after his own death. Hod makes amends by being honest about his error and becoming a spiritual counselor to Balder. Norse legend says that Hod survives Ragnarok, a destructive period preceding a new world, and through his atonement goes on to rule alongside Balder. Hod's symbols are mistletoe and darkness. So with him, Hod's steadfast presence is here to remove the blindfold from your eyes. He invites you to look squarely at any truth that you've been avoiding. Be completely honest with yourself about your real feelings. If you've made a mistake, do your best to make an amends. Integrity is essential for a clear path ahead. Sticking your head in the sand only works for so long. The truth always surfaces somehow. Once you face up to reality, you can access all the energy and the support that you require. Denial is a defensive state in which you refuse to accept the truth. It's recognized as a stage in the grief process. Denial, guilt, and shame can go hand in hand. These are heavy feelings. HOD encourages you to get therapeutic support to work through these emotions. HOD is a guide through the dark night of the soul and can help with depression or loss of faith. He supports recovery from addiction, crisis, and trauma. He'll sit with you patiently in your darkest moments, never rushing you to heal. HOD will guide your words and actions in any situation where the truth is needed. So your additional meanings is to seek recovery for addictions. Deception or misinformation could be at play. Check all the facts. So coming back to this card here, check all the facts of whatever that is, okay? And don't try to be like others. Be naturally and authentically you. So your invocation is the truth is safe. Honesty aligns me with my highest purpose. So he's quite a special wee god. I have recently actually been listening to some different books, and it was based around the Norse mythology, and his character he's quite a tough dude, quietly tough, but a heart of absolute gold and such gentleness and softness in there as well. So he's a lovely, lovely god to be working with you around this area of your life where things are a little bit crunchy here. And for your yummy card, quite like him, quite like Hod. He was one of my favorite characters, actually. Loki's just a bit misunderstood. Interesting. You got the card community. So I'm just asking your team what exactly they mean by that. Okay. So there's someone in your community that is wishing to help you or contribute to you. And now is the time to allow them to do that. You know who that is, apparently. So whoever that is for you, still be aware of the wholeness of all of that. It's a bit cryptic, but and tell the truth. Could even be that you require to tell the truth to your partner. Yeah, no, I'm getting it's outside of the home. There's somebody or some different people in your community that would really love to be able to contribute to you and have you contribute to them in a much, much greater, gentler, softer way. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful reading. And thank you for contributing to the Find You Fridays Community Fund. I'm so grateful for you. And you've just given me, you, maybe your team has actually just given me a really interesting idea for moving forward with the fund. Interesting. I'm going to ponder on that one. You're so welcome, Edwina. I'm just so grateful for you being here, as everybody else, you know, being here in this beautiful, beautiful community that we are. All right. So let me see. All right. Beautiful. All right. Who here would like a very, very quick poetry card, poetry reading? Intuitive poetry reading? If you do, pop a little yes, please, or something, a smiley face, something in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just move straight through to doing a little bit of a meditation, healing meditation, so that we can all go to sleep. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll give it just a couple more seconds. And while we do that, I might actually just remind you all that these still happen. Alrighty. Beautiful. That's where we're at. We're ready for our meditation. Cool. Thank you for everybody for sitting with us tonight, for holding space with us and allowing us to be able to contribute to the community once again with our gorgeous, delicious energy. So just let's do a quick meditation, just a little bit of a little top up for tonight and to send us through the week to come. So close your eyes now, take a big deep breath in. Breathing out. Breathing in, bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body, all the way up, out through the crown. And as you breathe out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down through the crown, all the way down through your shoulders, to your arms, your fingertips, and out, down through your body, through your belly, through your legs, to your feet and toes. Bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up. Father Sky energy all the way down. And now becoming aware of your body and how it is sitting or laying right now, whatever position it is in. And expanding out your awareness to the size of the room. Now expanding out your awareness in a big, beautiful bubble, greater than the size of the building that you're in, greater than the size of the country that you're in. Expanding out your awareness greater than the size of the planet, greater than the size of the solar system, greater than the size of the galaxies and the universes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And now focusing once again on your beautiful body, grabbing your sense of allowance, remembering that the allowance, when you expand out your allowance, is the ability to perceive, know, be, and receive everything from the point of view where you're not caught up in the emotion of it all, in any of that resistance and reaction. You just, instead of being the little pebble, that tightly wound, contracted pebble at the bottom of a raging river of everybody else's emotions and thoughts and feelings, you become the big fluffy cloud, observing that raging river and just seeing that it is just A river of emotions. It's a river of energy. It's all it is. Expanding out your allowance beyond the size of your body, beyond the size of the room, in a big bubble, up into the sky and down into the earth, expanding out your allowance beyond the size of the planet, and beyond the size of the solar system, beyond the size of the galaxies and the universes, and now beyond your awareness. Take a big deep breath in and out, and in and out. And now I'd like you, because you're a beautiful, glorious goddess, to focus on your beautiful base chakra area, your divine feminine energy that is flowing around and through all of your reproductive organs and through your entire pelvic area. Just perceive the magical healing potency of it. Feel the warmth throughout your entire pelvis, from the front to the back, and the side to the side. See the sparkles of energy, of magic. And now cognitively, consciously, allow that energy and allow that healing and nurturing energy to move down your thighs, through your knees, through your shins and your calves, through your ankles to your toes, contributing to your beautiful, incredible, hardworking feet that certainly don't get enough love and acknowledgement for the incredible work that they do for us every single day. Giving them some healing, some nurturing to those very cells. And now moving that beautiful divine feminine energy, that sparkly, magic, nurturing, nourishing, unconditional love energy all the way up through your belly, through your back, through your chest, your heart area, through your shoulders, your very hard-working shoulders. They take so much. Through your arms, all the way down through your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands to your fingertips. And as this divine feminine energy moves up through your torso, across your shoulders and your chest, and all the way down to your fingertips, it's healing and nourishing any and all cells that require it, all those muscles, the tendons and ligaments, any of the bumps and the bruises and the tension. It's moving in the entire way through your body, contributing to helping you have a restful night's sleep, or whenever you see this. Allow that gorgeous divine feminine energy to move up through your throat and your neck, through your jaw, your gums, your teeth, your lips, your tongue, your nose, your eyes, your ears, through your brain, through your subconscious and conscious mind, all the way out through to the crown and the very tips of your hair. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Take a big deep breath in and out. Allow your body with every outwards breath to release anything that is not serving it. Take a big deep breath in and out. And now if you would like to stop here, you're more than welcome to. And if you would like to be like me and expand out that gorgeous feminine energy out beyond your body, much the same way as we have done already with the awareness and the allowance, expanded out to be the size of the room and the building in a big bubble up into the sky, down into the earth, expanding out. And as you expand out, your beautiful, nourishing, nurturing feminine energy is also contributing to the plants and the earth with no drain on your energy levels whatsoever, because we are currently being fed by the unconditional love of Mother Earth and Father Sky, expanding out that beautiful divine energy beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxies, beyond the universes, beyond your awareness and beyond your allowance. Beautiful. Take a big deep breath in, please. And breathing out. In this time when you breathe in, become really cognitively aware of that unconditional love flowing up from Mother Earth all the way through your body. And as you breathe out, become cognitively aware, consciously aware of the gratitude from Father Sky moving down through your body from the crown to your fingertips and your toes. Of gratitude for everything and everyone moving down through your body. Mother Earth and unconditional love up. Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone moving down. And once more, Mother Earth energy up. And Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for being there with us today. I am incredibly grateful for you. Thank you for sticking it out to the end. I know it's been one hell of a week and it's been tough and challenging energetically, emotionally, and physically. So I very much appreciate you sticking with us tonight and being here with us and receiving these readings and contributing towards the Find You Fridays community fund. And I am so, so grateful for absolutely every single one of you who have popped on tonight and enjoyed some space with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a final reminder that I will be out at the Crystal Pyramid Fair out at the Golden Grove Arts Centre on Sunday, the 22nd of October, and that's from 10 till 4. That you can come along and grab a session or grab a hug or both. Alrighty, my dear ones, thank you so, so much. Oh, you're so welcome, Edwina. I'm hopeful that you have yourself a nice, easy weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. So get out there, do something tasty for yourself. I don't really mind what it is, just as long as it's something big, beautiful, and delicious. And until next time, be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye.